Because of the swampy nature of my land, no car ever gets in here. Every time I come, I have to park outside the gate, do my stuff, then leave. And even when I have deliveries, they're usually poured somewhere at the gate, then we have to carry them into the compound. So I want to bring an end to that. And today, I want to construct a driveway. And my sister is here to help with that. She's a builder, but I'm such a newbie when it comes to building. So she's told me a way to make use of all the cement, all the sand, all the ballast that have been dropping during building and the plasters. And that's what we're going to use to make our driveway. I'm also very excited to be learning how to use a square. I never really thought I would use it because I thought it was something I could just use my naked eye to see how a driveway would look like. But then she tells me we have to get things right. If it's meant to be straight, it's meant to be straight. So we're just making a mark along the lines that we are going to dig. We're going to dig out all the topsoil before we make the edges. So my home has two gates, the drive-in and the walk-in. So we're going to dig a lot of trenches. Actually, they're going to be 3 so that we have paths, the walkway and the driveway. So we're just counter checking to make sure we have all the measurements right from the gate all the way to the end of the driveway. My property is almost squared in shape, so the driveway won't be so long, and my farmhand is going to help out with the digging of the trenches. We had a national tree planting day in my country, and a friend of mine gifted me 4 trees, 2 whistling pines and 2 different kinds of cypress trees. I never turn down tree gifts. I will never have enough trees. It's quite strange that I don't have any cypress trees here, and I've never noticed I don't have it. I think it's because most of the time people say cypress does not do well in swampy areas, but I don't mind trying. A lot of times when I go out shopping for trees, I'm advised not to take maybe a particular tree because it does not do well in a swamp or something like that. But I've always kept buying and trying out different plants and trees. And I'm so amazed that some of them didn't die. Maybe they're just retarded, growing quite slowly, but they're there. So I don't mind waiting those years for them to be big. One of these looks like the Italian cypress. I hope it is, because I really love the Italian cypress, the one that grows very tall and doesn't take much space, but it's quite beautiful. I don't know if cypress thrives in wetlands, but what I know is that it dries the area around where it's planted. So it might be one of the ways that I'm going to manage the swamp, and I'm looking forward to that. One of the trees that really thrive in the swamp is the blue gum. I planted this about a year ago, and they are quite tall right now. It's only been about 1 year, and you can see how tall they are. They grow quite fast. Just a few days ago, I bought another bunch, about 120 trees, and I've added to the bare space that was here so that I have a complete woodlot. And you can see how they are surviving even right in the water. So this is another tree that will do well in a swamp. When I bought this property, everybody was so sorry for me, and they told me nothing would grow in a swamp. A few years down the line, here are my bananas thriving in this swamp. And I planted them just to prove people wrong. I was actually just experimenting, but then I realized they could actually do well. And everybody in my family says they taste the sweetest. I don't know if it is about the soil or the water, but there's something special about bananas grown in swampy land. Their sugar level is a bit high. And strangely, they come in very big sizes. They are so huge. So this has really encouraged me to keep trying different crops. And I'm just in the process of starting my real garden here, because very soon I will be moving into my house. And I want to move in when I have a garden. I want to eat from my own garden. So keep it here. I will be sharing with you that journey, my gardening journey, because I know there are many of you out there who maybe have abandoned their swampy land thinking it cannot produce anything. This here is a banana tree lying right in the water. And look how big the fruit is. So don't let anyone discourage you. I just exposed these two lovebirds, and I'm just shocked that they also need privacy. I think that's amazing. So let me show you just how well my bananas are doing, producing very big fruits and very healthy bananas there. Look at that. And if you look down here, you'll notice it's lying right inside the water. So swampland is not an excuse not to grow your own food. So I've removed the dry stem, and now the sun can penetrate the bananas. And I carried a few seeds of pumpkin with me. This is going to be a first. I've told you I'm just trying everything out. Whatever grows will grow. So I'm planting some pumpkins along the fence, and I will keep you updated how this one goes too. We are currently in the experimental stage, but in future I'm considering doing the raised beds, because I'm sure there are things that won't really grow on the clay soil. So as I experiment, I have plans of doing the raised beds. If you're looking for a better yield from your bananas, always thin them and leave just about 5 trees per leg. We are back on the driveway, and we are just finalizing the digging of the trenches. And you can see how muddy it is. This soil gets really waterlogged. We haven't had rain in about 2-3 days, and you see how much water the soil is still retaining. So if you're looking to buy land or a property, this is the best time to shop for that land, so that you don't end up with swampy land. I will admit it's quite expensive maintaining swampy land, especially when building and even daily maintenance. The grass grows so fast, it is muddy, so you always have people working, doing something around. Other trees that have stood the test of time, and those that I could advise you to grow on your swampy land, is the red bottle brush, which happens to be my favorite tree, and even the different kinds of palms. What I love about the palms is they don't dry out or they don't die because of the amount of water the soil retains. Instead, maybe they just slow down a bit in growth. But when it's dry during the sunny periods, you will realize they really bloom. If you're looking for a shade tree, go for the bishop. It is the biggest tree in my yard, and this one has also stood the test of time. You can also grow Bavaria, the whistling pine, which I grew recently. They are just catching up. So those are also some trees you can have in your swampy land. The hibiscus is also doing well here, so don't be limited. Just try everything. And I've never given up. I've grown so many trees here. Some survive, others don't, but that doesn't kill my spirit. I just keep trying every beautiful tree that I want to have in my yard, and most of them have survived. Do you remember the taro I planted a few months ago? I think it's about 6-7 months ago. They are ready for harvest, and these ones love the swamp. Though they are quite hard to harvest, you really have to dig deep. This one just broke as I was pulling out, so I have to go for the other bit. It is such a beautiful feeling harvesting what you grew with your own hands. I remember planting this and I didn't know I could be harvesting this soon. I'm just going to wash the mud off, then I can carry them home. They're the best thing you can have for breakfast. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.